what we have here.
Hey guys, we're back with another live computer hunt. Well, sort of live. Anyway, I haven't posted a flipping computer hunt video, now I just realized, for an entire month. The last video was the trade, the huge trade for the 22 GPUs and the motherboard and hard drives and memory and all that stuff, and it was too much. It was way too much. I documented everything in a spreadsheet, and it's 2 pages long. And so I stopped buying things because at this point there's just so much stuff. It's getting hard to keep track of. And I feel like I can't make a video every time I buy one thing. And so what I decided to do was just live off of the parts that I have. I have now probably more than 100 parts individually. And so I've just been selling. Been selling here or there, 10, 20 bucks, here, there, here, there, here, there. But there's a lot, there's a lot. And so I was talking with a couple of friends of mine. I think we're probably going to start going into, PC builds instead of the actual individual parts videos. It's probably run its course at this point. You can let me know. I mean, if you like the part series, let me know. But I think for the most part, people like the PC builds more than the individual parts videos. So I sold a bunch of stuff. I have all the information. That's going to be at the end. But I wanted to tell you what happened recently is I did trade a GTX 950 for 3 MacBooks, 2009 and 2011, which are worth about $30 to $40 each, but they don't have the power cord. And so I'm going to sell those, so that'll be a good deal because the 950 I was selling for $25. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get $100 total for those 3. But it's going to take a while. They don't sell very fast. But it's just proof that what I keep saying, it doesn't matter what you're flipping. You don't have to flip gaming PCs. You can flip toasters. You can flip Macs. You can flip whatever it is. I don't adhere to the, flipping PCs means that you have to have an RGB build every single time. It's just not that interesting. I like to flip everything. So if it's going to be a MacBook, fine. Hard drives, GPUs, anything, it doesn't matter. If as long as I get more than I paid, that's fine. And the reason why I document all of this is because I want people to understand that flipping PCs is not necessarily gaming PCs. You can just flip normal computers. You can flip Optiplex, HP, Acer, anything. It's all out there. It's all easy. And if you watch enough of my videos, you learn how to do it. So that was the only thing I really kind of picked up. But then I got a message from a friend, the guy that I pick up stuff from all the time, and he said, hey, I'm interested in some of your stuff, and he said he had some stuff that I wanted because he bought a couple of the GPUs from the trade from the previous video. And we've been kind of, going back and forth, and I was busy, and then he was busy, and then I was busy, and then he was busy. So today, this weekend, I had some spare time. He had some spare time. And so he said, come over, he wanted a couple more of the budget GPUs that I was selling for about 20 bucks each. And he had the processor that I was looking for my Dell Precision but my Dell Precision workstation. He said he had the upgrade for that, and then he said he also had an upgraded CPU for my gaming PC, the X79. So potentially I could get an upgrade. This is not really for flipping. It was just for me to upgrade my own personal stuff. And so he just said, come over, bring some GPUs, and we'll see what we can do. So knowing him, I didn't just bring the GPUs that I was going to bring. I brought 2 GTX 645s. I brought 2 GTX 740s. And I brought 2 RX 470s. And I also brought my mini PC, which he said it was really cool. He saw the video of it. And so I only brought it just to show him. I know he would want it, but I didn't bring it for him to actually buy it or anything. So I get there and we make the initial deal. So the initial deal was going to be... now, we've never traded, really. He buys from me and I buy from him. And so there's no trading with him, usually. We might have traded one time, but... So it was kind of weird. Like, I didn't know what... I knew what I wanted, he knew what he wanted, but we didn't know. We're just kind of sitting in the living room talking about it. So he looked at my GPUs, and then he showed me what he had. So he had basically like this entire table of Xeon processors. And the problem is, and the reason why I didn't go there before is I didn't know which processor I needed for my system. I kind of knew, but I didn't want to like make a trade for it and then it didn't work. And then what am I going to do with the processor at that point? So I was unsure. But all I knew was he wanted 2 RX 470s. I brought the 740s as backup. And then we're just talking back and forth. And then I showed him the little PC. So at this point, we're just hanging out, right? And that's the fun thing about, I keep saying it over and over again, but buying stuff on eBay, there's no personality in it. Look, we got to hang out for basically an hour and do some trading and talking and laughing and stuff. And, buying one part on eBay, it's just so impersonal. I prefer that, you build these relationships and it really helps you in the long run. So we did the initial trade was 1 RX 470 and 1 GTX 740 and a SATA adapter that he needed for, what was it? It was, the initial trade was that for a couple of CPUs, some memory, an SSD, and something else. But I don't know what the exact deal was because it kept changing. So so we're talking and we're making the deal, and then somebody knocks on the door, right? And this guy comes in. And I didn't know this. I guess he had an appointment to meet somebody to buy a gaming PC while I was there. And I was there longer than I was supposed to be because we were just chit-chatting. So this guy comes in with his girlfriend. And he's buying this gaming PC, which was my friend was selling. Which was as far as I could tell, it was a 7th gen Intel in a nice glass case. I'm not sure of the specs other than that, but it was $150. So I just, while they were doing that, it was all in the living room, right? So while he was doing that, I was just checking out all the stuff that he had. And so the guy, he goes, it was $150, right? So, and my ear was open. Even though I wasn't even in the conversation, I was off to the side. I heard $150. I'm like, $150? That sounds okay. I don't know what's in there, but that sounds kind of low for a gaming PC, even by my standards. So they were talking about it, and the guy that came over, he says, would you take 140? Because I only have $150, and if I give you the 150, I don't have any gas money. So I was like, oh no, he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing that everybody does. Like you go there and you offer just a hair under what the asking price was, and most people do that. They'll take it, right? They'll take the deal because you're there and you have the cash. And then my friend, he said, well, I don't know. I really would like to get 150. I mean, you're getting the 7th gen, you're getting Windows 11 activated. It's a nice case. And the customer, he's like, come on, that's all I got. I got 150, and if I give you 150, I will have absolutely no money. And that's, people do that all the time. I understand that, but it was a little weird because his girlfriend was there. So she's in the other corner, like embarrassed. And I'm thinking, I mean, I've done the same thing before, but I'm not going to do that in front of my girlfriend. That's kind of weird. So I jumped in the conversation and I said, hey, $150 for that? That's way too cheap. You're kidding me, right? With the nice case and everything. And he said, yeah, I know, right? So that kind of broke the conversation, and then the guy ended up paying $150 for it. So that was good. So he left, and then we went back to the trading. And, I don't have all the details, but in the end, here's what happened. I gave him more GPUs, and he gave me more stuff. So in the second portion of this video, I'm going to show you everything that I picked up, because at the time when I picked it up, I wasn't exactly sure what I was receiving. It was just stuff for stuff. And then in the next part of this video, you're going to see me kind of checking out all the stuff that I got. But it was a lot of stuff. And then also, he did buy my RX 570 white GPU, which I really wanted $50 for. He offered me $40. And I said, well, I paid $40 for it, and then I painted it white, the one that I made that video about. And I could have sold it for $40 a long time ago, but he was hard on the on the 40. I was thinking that, he just sold his computer for 150s. He got cash in his pocket. He would have went for the 50, but in the end, he paid me the 40, so I sold it. And the thing is, when it's your friend, you don't really want to be too, you help each other out. So $40, that's fine. If it was a random person, I wouldn't have sold it for $40. And if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, well, damn, I would have paid more than $40 for it. But it's been on Java, it's been online, it's been everywhere for sale for $50 for basically 2 months now, and nobody's bought it. So he'll enjoy it. He'll put it in a build, and he'll make money off of that. But he ended up adding in the thing that he threw in to make up for the missing $10 was the motherboard that you'll see in the unboxing of all the stuff. So stay here. The next part of this video is me opening all the stuff that I got, because I wasn't sure at the time, but it's a lot of stuff, and I think it was a good deal. So check it out. Let me know what you think. So here's what we received in the trade. I don't remember the exact order of everything, so let's see. So originally it was probably the stuff at the bottom. Anyway, this is everything. So let's just look at everything. So we have here Xeon E5 2630 V4. There's two of those. The Epsiode SSD 128 gigabyte. That was something he threw in. There's that board. This was part of the trade. The 256 Epsiode, and if you're wondering why I needed the Epsiode, it's because the tiny PC that I have uses Epsiode, and it has a 128 in there right now, and I'm having a hard time selling it because 128's not enough, so I wanted to put that in there. This was another toss in, so we have 8 gigabytes. Is that two 8 gigabyte DDR3 PC3L, so there's 16 there. This is, I think, the server memory. Yeah, I think these are ECC because they have the little extra chip there. So there's 8, another 8, another 8, another 8. So there's 8, 16, 32. So there's 48 gigabytes of DDR3 right there. Then he threw in another bag, so it's probably the same thing. So we have, oh, these are 16s. Yeah, he said something. Okay, 16, 16, 16, 16. So there's 5 16 gigabyte DDR3s. So that's good. And I'll put the values on the screen here after I record this because I don't know right now. It's not much. But to be able to put 4, if the server will take 4 16s, that'd be awesome. Okay, and then what are these? E5 2695 V2. This might work for the Dell, but I wasn't sure. That's not what I came for. I'm not sure if they'll work, but he let me have them. He said let me know if it works. It might be too much for that board, but we'll see. So E5 2695 V2, which is, I forget the specs on that. And then we have E5 2630 V2 Xeon. And this is also 2650 V2. And there's two of, wait. Yeah, there's two of those. So this is what I wanted. I know 2650 V2 should work. That's 8-core 16 threads for my Dell. This is what I was after. And what else? This is 2630 V4, 2630 V2. I'm not sure what that goes to, but more processors. And then I wanted an X79 processor for my gaming test bench. So this is an E5 2690. I don't remember. I forget what that is, but he just said take the whole board. So there you go. I got a free motherboard. This looks like an AliExpress motherboard. And It came with the IO shield. This is 100%. This is an AliExpress motherboard. There's the model number. So if this processor is not an upgrade for my gaming PC, if nothing else, he said this is completely working. If nothing else, I can build a gaming PC from this. And I have another one like this, the X50 or whatever it is, I forgot. But since this is complete and I can use the memory, I don't know if this is probably DDR4 actually, but I have a lot of that too. And we got the M2 slot, USB 3, but you can tell it's an AliExpress because look at the back. Whenever they're missing the onboard video, there's a bunch of USB 2s. That's usually AliExpress. So what do you think? AliExpress motherboard with an X79 chip, 2 Xeons, 4 Xeons, 5, 7, 9 Xeons, 2 mSATA SSDs, 5 16GB DDR3s, and 6 8GB DDR3s, all for about, what do you want to value it at? Like 80 bucks? Was that a good deal? Let me know. Okay, finally, so here's where we are as far as the previous sales outside of the trade. In the last, this was, I think, it's been almost a month since I posted. So we sold the 500 watt power supply for 20 bucks. That was, now I can't remember the source. The HPG 3 that was in that big trade, sold that for 70. How are we gonna do the profit on that? I don't know yet. And then I sold 6 hard drives for $40. The GTX 1070 that was $40, we sold that for $85 on Java. The $25 Lenovo, which I bought months ago, that thing, and that was like 3 or 4 months. I sold it for $40. I sold the Quadro K600 for $10, which is, I have 5 of those. And then the $25 gaming PC, which was from the same deal as the Lenovo, sold that for $40, so that's $15. Then I sold another 2.5-inch hard drive from the trade for $5. And then I sold $30, 2 times SSD from the trade. $5 IDE hard drive I sold from the big box of hard drives. The $25 Western Digital SSD was free because that came in the Thermaltake deal. I also sold a USB stick with Windows 10 installation on it for 20 bucks. And then the GT 1030 that I found in the previous deal for $30. So good sales, right? But it's just, now it's getting muddy. I mean, honestly, it's getting very hard to keep track of all of this stuff, and I'm not saying that I'm getting frustrated. It's just that because I want to report to you like how much I sell, how much I buy, how much I make, so that you can learn from this. But it's getting to be like too much. It's like this, nobody's right. Nobody's gonna watch the $5 and $10 sales. It is making money though. It's definitely profit. It's more profit, I think, than most gaming PC flippers make when you think about the percentage of it. But I think as far as videos go, it's just getting to be too much to watch. And I'm thinking, you know, if it was me watching these videos, like let's say I was watching my own video as somebody else, there's going to be a point to where you're like, what is he even talking about at this point? You know, he sold this, he bought that, he sold that, he sold that. It's getting confusing. So like I said, we're probably just going to clear the series and just start over season 2 next year, 2025, and we'll just do, I think you should agree with me here that I should just do builds, and then the little details of me selling stuff for $10 and $20, we should just probably leave that out, because I mean, nobody cares. Maybe 2 people in the world care about selling a GPU for $10, but the rest of the world, which is YouTube, nobody cares. This is, you know, it's too much. So I'm going to do, I think, probably one more before the end of the year, or at the end of the year. And then we'll just start season 2 fresh, no inventory. Whatever inventory that I have won't count anymore. And we're just going to start with $100 and a dream and see what happens. And who knows? Maybe we'll make 1,000. Anyway, we'll see you next time. And the spreadsheets that I have of all of these sales, if anybody's interested to see the actual numbers, you're more than welcome to click on the link. And you can access all of my purchases and sales. And it's all public information, not hiding anything. And if you want to learn how to flip PCs or parts, then reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you.
I get up, I get down.